Get ready for some cool talk. Presented by Brown's Heating, Air, and Plumbing. With your host, Brandon Brown.
Good morning. Welcome to Cool Talk on Grove Street FM and all your podcast platforms. We welcome you to a beautiful Wednesday here, spring again, 70 degrees, and I think winter is going to be gone, which I really was hoping we get at least one snow. And again, I'm sorry, my wife was supposed to be here co-hosting today, but unfortunate, the stomach bug has hit our household, so she's home with two boys. We just can't catch a break the last. I mean, it's like, that's why we need a snowstorm. I think it would just needs to knock out some germs. I mean, we went from strep to good a couple of days. Now the stomach bug's going through, and so eventually you'll get introduced to.
Mate, she's still in contract negotiations.
Yeah. She's, I think, something with her contract and
something about appearances versus vacations versus
the
they're
pay.
working all that out.
The pay. I don't know what it is. I guess I got to up the pay. Guaranteed money. It's like football, I got to give a 1 year contract, but I got to guarantee the money whether she shows up or not, I guess.
I think she gets a signing bonus.
I
don't know for sure. I think that's I'm not part of the contracts, but
we're going to start selling. We need to start selling some paid ads to pay for her salary.
Yes. And she's actually, I did learn that she is chartering a private jet for every episode. So she will be flying from Lynchburg to Bedford. It's about a 20-second flight, but it really cuts down on
$30,000
every episode. Yeah. So the Grove Street FM app is about to get.
So you're going to have to put a runway out here.
You're going to have to pay about $300 to install it, but it's fine.
The Amorites will do it.
They'll do it
over
there.
Good buddies of ours. That's a beautiful country. And
hey, I'll do an episode over there.
Anybody listening, hit us up if you want us to travel over there and go live, video, do some shows. We'll come over.
Y'all pay for the flight though.
Just pay for the flight.
Yeah,
there you go.
And hotel. Yeah.
We don't
nice
ask.
Hotel.
We don't ask for much.
We don't ask much.
So my show today was going to be interviewing my wife and kind of talking about that. So we'll kind of sidetracks me because I really didn't have nothing else backed up. But
now can I share something?
Yeah,
for you? All right,
absolutely.
So we've talked about this before. We've talked about your membership thing. We've talked about so let me just tell y'all. In researching Brown's Heating, Air, and Plumbing for social media content.
Okay.
Right? And to do commercials. So we got this whole thing typed up for stuff that we're going to film for you all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait for tomorrow.
We got all this stuff ready to go. I have learned so much about what y'all do. That is crazy. Like for example, right? Now, it's not a sales pitch. I'm just letting everybody know. The first thing is that you are giving $1,000 back, like $1,000 off
right now.
New installs.
Yeah, because that's because the economy right now is so horrible.
Yeah.
I know it's slow and the weather's crazy, but it will get hot. So we're taking off. We're giving our prices, which are very competitive. And just offering right now a special, hey, $1,000 off. One, it is abnormally slow for a lot of businesses, and we're slow. We're slower than normal. But basically, it's 70 in February, so we're not used to that. But so we're just cutting into some of our profits and margins and just giving back.
Man, because y'all sent me that deal, and I was like, well, let me make this graphic, and then we put it out there, and a bunch of people shared it, which was awesome.
Yes, and that's actually helped because we have sold about 4. I think since you started that ad, I think we had 5 sell this week because of us adding extra discounts.
See, that's awesome.
And tomorrow's a big day. We're doing a lot of filming. New TV commercials are coming up. New ads Woody's going to be posting throughout.
Social media content.
And I was talking to Dara last night, and I was like, we've got to do do a commercial to let customers know how important using us is, because if customers need to realize, and we're going to do one of these commercials, that when you use us, you're not just giving us business and that's the best part, but every bit of the business we get, we take money and profits off that to put towards giving back to the community.
Yep.
So every customer we get, every job we get, you're part of us helping build the community around us better. And just thinking of that is, people seem to forget that, I think, because yes, we promote, we love doing the St. Jude Dream Home.
Yeah.
We do it every year.
Exactly.
Yep. And we donate, and I would do it no matter what. Donate the labor and the materials to do that. We do a heat pump giveaway every year, and we donate the labor and materials for that. We do it so many different organizations that need help because, one, we love the community, we love giving back, and we would always do that. But number two, I just want the customers to know that, and that's one commercial we want to put tomorrow. It's going to basically say thank you for choosing Browns. But when you choose Browns Heating, Air, and Plumbing, you're also, when you pay us for a job, just know every job that we do, small or big, a percentage of that is going in our budget for these community events. So you're helping us make the community a better place.
Exactly.
So that's one good thing about using us. I just love our customers, our employees, and I just want to say thank you as well, because when you use us, we're giving back.
Yep.
So you're helping us do good. So you take a part in that. So that's one good thing that I love that we're going to share tomorrow when we're in our
content extravaganza.
It's gonna be great.
I mean, this is I'm looking forward to it, but also, so I was like, all right, we're going to research other avenues, right? So we got the $1,000 off. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. We'll share that. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people shared it, and it's awesome that people responded. Then another thing, I was like, well, I really kind of want to focus on y'all's membership thing that you offer. So I started looking at the benefits of having a membership.
Right.
And I was like, man, this is pretty legit. Like, really, like, so if not only, so you really, it's a good time for everything, because what happens is you can, if you get a new system now, you get $1,000 off, right? On a new system.
Right.
Then you get that installed. Then you sign up for the membership plan.
Yeah.
Right?
You get one free cleaning in a year. So we come out in a year for free. And for your first year cleaning, we check everything top to bottom. Yeah. But no, that's included in your contract when you buy a system with us.
Yeah. And then, okay, so in your membership plan, right? That keeps it up and running, kind of if anything is happening, your guys can catch it.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
You're looking at, it's like a car, right? It's preventative maintenance, right? Like, so you're not stranded. All right, so you do that. And then, all right, so the last part was something you sent me this morning, right?
Yeah.
Was that if you install a new system, a certain new system, right, is that it qualifies for a tax credit.
Yep.
So realistically, like, you could, if you do it now, I know people are getting their tax money back.
Yes.
And usually people want to go on vacations. However, like, this is probably the best time.
And we have financing.
And so
you don't have to pay for it up front.
You could not only, if you do it right now, and I know I sound like I'm sales pitching. I just want to know. I want to let people know what I'm discovering is I'm not an employee. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. So realistically, if you get a new system right now, you could get a tax credit off your taxes. You could get $1,000 off the install. And if you get the membership plan right now, then that will get you through, especially like with a new system, it'll keep it running like in tip top.
Yeah.
So, see, man.
Yeah. And
now's a good time. Now's a really, honestly, great time.
It's very important.
And financing.
To know all of these, because one, the new standards come out in January that is called a SEER 2. Some companies, January, were supposed to be completely switched over. Well, some companies and different brands don't have a SEER 2 yet. We, being trained dealers, they were forward thinking.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to stop a train.
It's hard to stop a train as it comes by.
There's our commercial in the background.
But Train was forward thinking. They went ahead and started making and putting out January 1st. Every system now we're putting in qualifies for the new SEER 2 efficiency ratings, and qualifies for tax. Like, depending on which SEER you get and which matchup you get, it's up to, like, around here you get up to $2,000 back credit on your taxes, which is big. Plus you're getting $1,000 off from us, and you can finance. So now, and there's always, just like anything, that tax credit amount is given to the states from the government. So I do not know what the total is. We do not know how long it'll last. So as of now, you could be doing these for this year and most likely you're guaranteed to get that money.
Yeah.
If you wait and do it next year and it runs out, it may be declined, because once the money's out, it's out.
Yeah.
So they only allocate so many million per state, depending on what their needs are.
Yep.
And once the money's out, once you update, and you may not get it. You may be qualified for $2,000, but only get $100 because that's what's left. But it's very important to know that, because we're definitely selling the qualified systems. And if you're getting multiple bids, I understand some people, and I've had people say, well, I'm just going with the cheapest thing. Look, we're not going to be the cheapest. We're not going to be the cheapest, but we're also going to be better quality, better install, better workmanship. And even with our discounts, and once you do the tax credits and the rebates, you end up getting it about the same price as the cheapest, but you're getting a better job.
I started adding it up last night, and I'm like, good Lord, man, this is actually a really good time. Like, if you are in the market, like right now is the time to pull the trigger, because you'll get substantial discounts.
Yes,
man, that's
you
great.
got and make sure when you're getting these bids, that you get. And several companies are doing it, but we also provide with our sales an AHRI certificate from the government website that gives you a number and a certificate showing that your matchup is, and it says on there, a SEER 2 system, which qualifies for the rebates. You'll get that certificate. A lot of companies don't provide that up front. They make you go look for it. We provide it. We make sure that you're qualified, because yes, it does cost us more to just do SEER 2, but that's the law now. They do have a little bit of leeway going for the first couple of months. You can still sell the older stuff, but it doesn't qualify. So our prices aren't going to be apples to apples. It's going to be a little bit higher, but because our systems qualify, it costs us a little more. They're more efficient, but you're going to get these rebates. You're going to get the discounts. We're going to guarantee, we're going to make sure your home is efficient. And you got to look at it the long run. When you do a system, you're hoping the next 10 to 12 years, you got to look at your energy bills. If you pay cheaper now and get equipment that doesn't help save your energy bills, everybody's complained about power companies going up. We've done some research and called people back of these systems we're putting in, higher SEER, and their bills are not going up near as high as ones that are different brands and that are even newer, because of the efficiency of our units.
I can confirm that. Ours did not. Ours went up like $20 a month, and that was even during that polar vortex. It ran all the time, and we even cranked it up because our pipes upstairs were frozen. So I opened the cabinets and actually had it like 4 degrees hotter upstairs than what I usually do.
Yeah.
And I was anticipating, I was like, oh no, here we come.
This bill's
I'm
going
to
to be
have
crazy.
to sell my car or something. and then, so we get it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then I've said it before, the same thing here. We used to not even run air consistently here when we weren't here.
Right.
I was that uptight about it. But then you put the mini splits in, and this past month I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it. Let's do it 1 month. And I was like, oh my God, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I've been suffering and freezing for nothing.
They're made, and they're as long as they're installed, things get installed right, you get things checked and done right, you can still save money. So it is important now, even though it's and it happens every year. It's nice. It's 70 degrees. You really don't need heat in there right now. But you just need to remember, it comes in waves and quick. It can be 70 today and then 20 again, or up back to 100, the next day. So just be prepared. That's why we try to get out this information as soon as we get it. We've got the information from the Energy Star websites and stuff about the tax credits. So we want to make sure we're putting that in, because tax season's in a couple months. So some people I know have already filed, but if you're on the line and you don't have to file to April 15th and you want to get the system in and your certificate and get that credit up to 2,000 or whatever's available, definitely be keeping that in mind and call us. We give free estimates. We come out for free and give you an estimate of everything you need and what we recommend. And the membership thing is good because, a lot of companies won't also tell you this, but yes, all equipment and different brands come with a 10-year warranty on your parts and things. But if you're not maintaining it, there is a clause in there that they don't tell people. Like, brands will ask for maintenance records sometimes. If a unit breaks in 5 or 6 years and they can say, well, this could have been prevented if you cleaned it, and then they'll void your warranty, and then you're covered. So not everything is is always bottom lines to things. And we always are just as transparent with our customers as possible. Let them know up front that, it's definitely worth $200 a year to get your system cleaned twice. I mean, we're actually basically in all honesty, most memberships we're bare minimum or losing money on.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just that cost. It's what it costs us to have a guy to just clean them. One, because we care about the systems and the customer, and two, we know that if something happens in 5 or 6 years, as long as we're maintaining it, we can keep that warranty updated. And it's just good customer service. So we're hoping that we're showing you good customer service every year. So if something else happens, you always use us. So most memberships and maintenance plans are just priced at cost. I mean, it's very. And people, when people think $200 a year, and we're coming out twice, you're sending a technician out to your house twice a year, and they spend time cleaning and chemicals and their labor and in our gas and everything. You got to think it's really not any profit in that.
And if you think about it, a membership is a lot cheaper than the system going out when it's 20 degrees outside at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then you got to have an emergency, thing coming
emergency
in,
call,
trying to get a
and
part,
pay the
trying to
fees.
get something.
Yeah.
It's just cheap. Yeah. Cause it's just so interesting looking at the complete, let me say the complete
package.
Yeah. The complete package that you all offer, that I wouldn't have known about unless I was doing the marketing, let me look at different things that you're offering. And it is a ton. And it was like, okay, well, this is fantastic. Like, this is easy to market. Like, this is like,
I mean, it's,
you're not just grasping at stuff. It's like, you're like, wow, $1,000 off. Oh, tax credits. Oh, wow. Oh, membership. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then 16 SEER and up, we include actually a free 10-year, not only parts warranty, but we include a 10-year labor warranty. So as long as you just keep the membership, if something fails, you don't pay any labor, materials, or nothing for 10 years.
That's awesome.
Which let's say in 6 years a compressor goes out, $2,500. You're looking $2,000, $2,500, something like that. And if you have the 16 SEER and you've got the warranties and you've kept it clean, you pay nothing out of pocket. But like free, so it's very minimum. And that's just things that go a long way, because a lot of places don't have the extra benefits like that, and it costs money to do that. So that's why I always tell people, they always say this, match it apples to apples. It's never really apples to apples unless I see every single benefit and option another company's offering, because I have yet to see anybody match or offer the same benefits toe to toe to us.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely not. And once we get to looking at it and we actually break it down with customers, then they start realizing, yeah, we can match that price, but you're going to lose this warranty. You're going to lose this, this off of ours, and then we can match it. But then once they actually break it down and see how much you're actually getting for the value, it's no brainer that, yes, it's always better to pay a little more and get somebody especially licensed and insured, because there's a lot of people going around now that are trying to install and work heating and air and plumbing and things with no license insurance. And God forbid, I pray nothing ever happens to your house or anything. I want people to work and make money, but also it's a safety thing. If they're not licensed insured, you need to ask for that certificate, ask for those licenses, because if something happens and a drain breaks and floods your house, or a fire or something, you need to make sure they're covered and you're not out of pocket for it, because that's very, very important in owning a business, especially a trade business. Electrical, plumbing, heating and air, got to be licensed through the DPOR website. We've talked about this before. Insured, good standing with the state, because things do happen. Accidents happen no matter how good a company is, and how they're covered to protect you is very important. And $1,000 difference on a job is very minimum if you got to do $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 worth of water damage or something.
And 4 lawsuits later,
and then nobody calls you back, and all of a sudden that guy's gone. He had no business, and you can't sue him anyway because there's no legit LLC, no tax, no nothing. So, I know in this times are tight, but there's times where you still got to do your homework and make sure you're getting things done in your house that are legit and legal and safe. and we have that. We have a Class A license. I have a MasterCard. All of our insurances, workers' comp. I have supervisors that have taken the OSHA safety courses. We keep an eye on things like that. So and that costs money. There's a lot of good companies in the area too. So there's a ton of heating and air companies. There's a lot of good ones. I got friends that own heating and air companies that we work together all the time on materials and stuff. And I know they do good work and stuff. So it's there's a lot of people out here trying to make it the right way, and kudos to all of them. So, but cool. Yeah. Give us a call for free estimates, 610-4373, area code's 434. If you're, out of town or have out of town.
And not in the,
and not in there. 434 610-4373 on any estimates, and line up a free estimate, and make sure you inquire about now I think that 1,000 off is only good through the end of February, right?
A couple weeks
as long as you get the estimate lined up and you buy by the end of February, you're going to be.
You really don't have anything to lose. Just call them, let them come out and
get an estimate.
Get a price.
Yeah.
And then
right.
And then you have a baseline.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, well, is this something I want to do? Should I go ahead and do the financing? Should I get the tax credit, or should we hold off? But then you kind of know where it's at, because we ran into that. Remember, we had our upstairs unit that was just every year we were spending, and Brandon, I mean, y'all would come out, you were honest with me, right? You're like, all right, well, we can do this, but I mean, it's gonna probably do this again, and that wasn't a system you all put in. That was one when we bought the house. And then, I mean, you were just honest with us every year. And then finally it was like, it just hit at the right time. The thing broke. It was like, all right, to fix it's going to be this much, but then we'll give you two options.
Right.
You could do this SEER system, this big system, or we could try to do these ductless systems. Well, y'all came up and went in the attic, which is a tight attic. I mind y'all. It's not easy to get to. And then they were up there, and then Brandon and y'all were honest with us. Like, listen, this ductless system is not like the way your rafters are. We want to do this, we can't do this, but here's the alternative. It's and so it wasn't just like you came in looking to sell one system. We were actually going to
we were looking
another system
options if we could do it.
Yeah. And y'all presented it. You're like, hey, listen, I hate to tell you, this is not going to work with your house. Like, you're going to have to you would have to chop some stuff up, and it just was going to be a hassle. So, I mean, really, if you want an estimate now, I call them, because they'll give you multiple options. Like, you've always given me, 3 or 4 options. Like, here you go. Here's different, and you kind of go over
everything, whatever's in your budget. We go from the lowest to the highest. You pick what's in your budget, of course, in the most efficient and the least efficient, and all your options, and and we have good deals now with our air quality stuff. Your halos and your UV lights that keep mold and flu and viruses out of your house and helps your air to breathe. We give specials on them if you buy a new system. We're giving those at a discounted rate, big discounted rate as well, but it's definitely really healthy to have those in the system. So, we're whatever we can do to help customers improve the energy and happiness, and heat and air is a big thing in your house, and it's always funny to me when people are building a house, a custom house, and we go to walk it.
Yeah.
And you're walking it with the contractor and the owner, and they're like, I got to do the cheapest thing you can do for the heat and air, because I've got to do the best cabinets and the countertop. Those things are nice, but if you really look at what a heat and air system does over 10, 12 years, and how much you're going to pay and how comfortable you're going to be, that's one of the top 4 things you need to spend on when you're building a house.
That's the number one complaint too.
Yes, the number one complaint is as soon as you get it, and you're like, well, I tried when we walked it. This is what we recommended, but you wanted this one.
House
so
never gets it never gets warm, or it never gets cold, or
that
never,
should be in your top 2 or 3 on the budget list. And do not cut off or try to cut the budget on is when you're building or doing something.
Yeah. That is the most, because what is the worst thing if it's 100 degrees outside
and your house
you come in, and then all of a sudden it's like, it doesn't feel cold up here.
Yeah.
Why? And then you put your hand on the vent and lukewarm air is coming out on a 102-degree day.
Yeah.
Then that is a trigger for me. And that's what our system kept doing it. It kept doing it. And it was like, it's just that old, like,
I can't sleep in the heat.
No, God.
I like it cold. So
y'all do it now.
Yeah. Do it when you're building, or call now while these, before you file your taxes, at least see what your options are. You can get the certificate and get with your tax credit, or it may be something on TurboTax you can fill out now. I don't know if that's updated, but
before they overhaul
look
the
into
IRS,
it. Look into it before the money runs out,
and
because
before the agents come get you.
It's going to run out quick. I mean, last time they did this in 2010, we went from 10 SEER to 14 SEER. The credits only last about 8 to 10 months. So people were just buying to get the credits, and it will run out. So I don't know how long it'll last or how much money, but nothing ever lasts that long. So
I do have another update for you.
Okay.
They've started. They officially, we haven't really talked about it. They officially, Splash Mountain is no more. We know that.
No.
And they've started working on the Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Oh, in Epcot?
No, in Magic Kingdom.
Tiana's is going to be
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
It's going to be in Magic Kingdom.
It's going to be, it's going to be basically.
Now, what were they putting in Epcot right up front when you come? When we went in December or whenever it was a big fenced-in area. Is it a ride or something?
Well, since you went, it's going to be like a, if I'm thinking about the same thing, it's going to be like a new, not a park, but like a
new area.
Yeah, new area, but it's based off of like Moana.
Okay. I did see that. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, Epcot, I don't know. Like, I love the World Showcase of Epcot around the back. I love that. That's our favorite part. The front part has always kind of been off to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's very disjointed, and it's kind of like, what are they doing here? And now they have Cosmic Rewind, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
They have all the rides up front that's going to make you sick for the whole day.
For the whole day.
So you can't even travel the world and eat and drink, because if you hit those rides first, you're done. You might as well just leave for the day.
I don't understand their attack on Epcot. I love, if they were to go future and all that stuff, that's fine. But it's like really the most odd park.
It's like around the world and then space.
Like, and it's a little tip. I like the front part of the park. Don't get me wrong. They have a great gift shop. However, if you stay at a resort that has boat access, so then you can take the boat where the Skyliner comes in, right beside Paris, right?
Right.
You can get off there and come through the park there, and then you're in World Showcase, and you just hang on that end of the park. Yeah, like, you don't even need to fool with the beginning. No, especially another 2 years.
I don't do nothing in the beginning.
No, it's like, and plus it's been literally for the last 5 or 6 years that we've been going, right?
Yeah.
It has been construction at the front of Epcot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've ever gone. I think when we first got married, our honeymoon maybe. But other than that, it has always been construction. And it's like, man, what does Epcot look like just being Epcot?
Just being Epcot.
Yeah, Epcot.
And it blocks all the water show and the fireworks and stuff. So you got to be, you can't.
Back in the day, they had a really nice Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
That, where you would go in and like they had all the flavors, and that was fantastic. That's not there. And they do have a new Starbucks, but I don't really like Starbucks in Epcot in Florida because it's 100 degrees.
Right. You're not really drinking a lot of coffee. Right. Right.
A little Disney tidbit.
Disney update. Yeah. So, well, thank y'all for joining us today. Welcome back next week. We will be back with Cool Talk and some more updates.